It's been very intriguing watching like how the stablecoin ecosystem has evolved. Because when we first got into stablecoins, we just chose the dollar kind of like because it was popular. But what ended up happening is because we kept choosing the dollar each time we want to make a stablecoin, is it solidified the dollar as the global currency. And so now the dollar is the most popular denomination for a stablecoin. And I've tried issuing stablecoins in other currencies, and there's just not very much demand. Everyone wants to hold a US dollar denominated stablecoin. And so I think crypto, in effect, has helped maintain the USA's dominance when it comes to the global currency. And so BRICS also helped kind of could destabilize or threaten the US dollar. And so that's one reason why they don't really like it. And I think for a long time, the US was very hesitant about crypto when Bitcoin was like seen as this alternative, and because Bitcoin was a threat to the dollar. But now at this stage, people are not transacting in the Bitcoin itself. They usually use Bitcoin as either an investment or as a savings vehicle. And then for actually spending, we use a stable coin. And so that's why I think the US has become a lot more pro crypto in recent years because they've realized that crypto isn't a threat. And if they play their cards right and they make it easy for these stable coins to be backed by the US dollar, then the governments have a way to kind of sell their debt, like their US dollar treasury bills, which is what is backing all these stable coins, and they have kind of guaranteed buyers. Right now, there are buyers all across the world who are in indirect effect buying these debts issued by the US government to kind of like pump it up. And I kind of I would really like us to move towards a different world, because I am more of old-fashioned kind of crypto person where no, I want to displace the system we have because we're now kind of entrusting this single country in their politics and their rules with like the whole global financial system. And that's a really bad position because like USA is doing great right now, but like every empire falls. It's not a matter of like if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when, right? So like eventually there's going to be something that collapses the system. And unfortunately, because the USA has become so ingrained into every other country's economical system, when the US sneezes, everyone else feels it. They can get sick as well. So the way I kind of view the future of stablecoins is the stablecoins that aren't backed by fiat currencies, but they're very low volatile. So BRICS is like kind of one example where there's a bunch of countries getting together to create a stable currency. Um, what I kind of envision that we would do something similar in the blockchain. I kind of have started working on this somewhat, where we have synthetic assets that are backed by a class of traditionally stable assets. So this can be, gold, it can be commodities, something like orange juice or pork bellies. But like you take this group of assets that are pretty common across all parts of the world, and they have stable value. And then you kind of get that average, and then that is your new non-volatile asset class. And then if we create a tokenized version of that, then you can start transacting, and then that can act as like a competitive stablecoin to like the US dollar. So that is kind of what I would like to see. That's where I think that we will head eventually. But we're not there yet. I think for the foreseeable future, US dollar backed stablecoin is really going to be the way that people kind of enter the markets.